My lap is making noise. It's a kitty. This is Jack. I have another cat now. You know, now that my dog, Charlie, has passed. Jasmine. They're a brother and a sister, Jack and Jasmine, but Jasmine isn't as affectionate, so she's harder to catch. So yeah. Love Jack. Kitty. But this video, I'm not talking about my cats. This isn't an update video. About how, annoying but cute they are. It's, about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never made a video about this before, but, I'll just come, right out and say it. I fucking love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was my favorite TV show, when it was on. It still is my favorite TV show now that it's even 7 years after it's ended. There's no fictional thing that I love more than Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And a lot of the things that I really like, after it, it's because of Buffy that I like them so much, basically. Harry Potter. The reason why I became really interested in Harry Potter, I remember watching the second movie and that cheesy line that, said, where, I hope that Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day, and he said, don't worry, I will be. That to me just felt like, I'm like, oh my god, he's like Buffy. So really, and then when I read the books, I realized, just how great the parallels between those two characters were. And that's why I was able to get into Harry Potter so much, is because so much of what I loved from Buffy, I thought really applied to Harry Potter. And one of the reasons why I really love Full Metal Alchemist a lot is because I thought Edward, again, as a character, was also a lot like Buffy. And also, I thought a lot of things about Full Metal Alchemist were really similar to the X-Files, too, which is something else I still completely love to this day, even again after 8 years that it's been not on anymore. I have a parrot on my shoulder. Ugh! Okay. Sorry. Right. So, and a movie is now being made. Another movie, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. You guys probably don't know this, but in 1992, there was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie made with Christy Swanson, and it's a pretty bad movie. But and then after that, the TV show was made. But Joss Whedon was the person who, was responsible for the conception of Buffy. And he, like I said previously, is having nothing to do with this movie. And to me, this is to bring up Harry Potter again, like writing a Harry Potter book without J.K. Rowling. So I, like a lot of other people, have, just kind of banned this idea outright because, or at first I did, because Joss is having nothing to do with it. And neither is any of the other people who helped write Buffy, not, Marty Noxon or Jane Espenson or David Fury or Doug Petrie, Drew, other people whose names I'm having trouble remembering right now, but whatever. All of Rebecca Ray and Kirshner, none of these people are having anything to do with the show. I just named off a bunch of writers from the show, but, okay. So, right. This is gonna suck, is what a lot of people are rightfully thinking. But apparently, I read a little article, apparently the person who's writing the screenplay is a big fan of Buffy. And Drew Goddard, yes, I remembered his name, Drew Goddard, who wrote, I don't know all the episodes he wrote, but I know he at least wrote Selfless from the 7th season, which is an awesome episode. Not that all of them aren't awesome, and I can't honestly pick my favorite my favorite episode out of that show, or even in a season, but whatever. So he was a fan of Buffy, for the first 6 years that it was on. And that's how he started watching it as a fan. And then the 7th season, wrote for Buffy. And now that the series has continued in comic book form, to be the 8th season, he's also helped write an arc for that. And that was like the thing with Dracula when they went to Tokyo. I think that was him. And yeah, I mean, I could give my feelings on the 8th season of Buffy. I mean, mostly I think that it's pretty superfluous, but I'm just glad it exists, really, because like more of something I love so much is never going to be a bad thing. And in my opinion, to truly love a work of fiction, you have to accept its flaws too and say, I love you anyway. But that's just me. Anyway, so right. Basically, my point is, Drew Goddard was a fan, is now an active participant in the Buffy universe, even now that it's not airing on television anymore, and only the fans are really buying this thing. So, I want to believe that this won't be a bad thing. I want to believe, maybe even possibly, that this will be a good thing. A part of me wants to think that if this movie is actually good, Buffy will obtain, and, they make more movies, Buffy will obtain, true icon status, where she'll be like Spider-Man, these, or Superman, these comic book heroes that have these histories that go back 40, 70, 60 years. And a part of me wants to think that's what these movies will help create. That Buffy will just be that big. Another part of reason why I want to think that this is a good thing is that the day of Twilight will be over and we will have the second coming of Buffy. Yes! Come please, Buffy! Oh, you icon of amazing feminist ideals, please save us from the curse of Meyer and her horrible, horrible misogynist piece of shit. I want to think that. I want to think that, feminist ideals will become mainstream again, like they were in the 90s. I miss 90s television for that reason. I do. A part of me doesn't want to think that it's just nostalgia, that these shows with these ideas were actually good. But, right. Hell, even Dawson's Creek. I still even like Dawson's Creek because of this. So, right, yeah. I want to think that's what it's going to be like now. So right, I'm cautious. I don't think this will be good, but I want to believe that it'll mean good things for all of us. Please, we need a reminder. We need a revival of, ideas from the left. We need that so badly. So please, have this be a good thing, universe. Please. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen.